All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the bishops, the great millstone and salutations to all Akim out there pushing his truth and all truth and sincerity diligently throughout the four corners, all right? I'm the brother Shamar Moth from Great Millstone, Miami, also from the camp of Great Millstone, Southwest Florida, out in the Fort Myers area, coming to you Akim while Akwath with another quick lesson. And Lord's will, this lesson be quick, edifying, and straight to the point. All right. The title of this lesson is going to be "Don't Get Attached." All right, don't get attached. And what are we not? What am I? Through the Spirit, exhorting brothers not to be attached to is this world, this day to day. All right, the routines you have set, the lifestyle you live, so to say. Don't get attached to none of that, man. And I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, because pretty soon, as you see what's going on in the world, man. All right, things are heating up very quickly. Okay, tensions around the world is at an up and up. So any given moment, at any given particular time, when the Lord sees fit, as we know, prophecy moves on the Heavenly Father's timing, and the Lord shows us very clear signs of what times, what blocks, I should say, what block of time that we're in. All right, which we understand that we're in a block of time of World War III. Okay, and hopefully and possibly the MOTB being implemented. So with that being said, all right, we have to make sure that we're redeeming the times, okay, and understanding what season that we're in. Okay, right now is not the season and the time for us to be trying to gather and build and plant and store up, so to say. Okay, right now we're in a season of what, losing. All right, because a lot of brothers and sisters are going to lose a lot of things, man. A lot of these tangible carnal things that we have amongst ourselves. All right, we're gonna have to make a decision, man, whether we want to hold on to those things or separate ourselves from those things in order to, take another step towards immortality. All right, and that's what I want to talk here today, or talk about here today. All right, and I'll start with the book of Luke 17:32, straight up, man. All right, Luke 17:32, it says, "Remember Lot's wife." All right, and this is self-explanatory, man. All right, the Lord didn't make this precept, He didn't over whoop it, so to say. All right, just three words, man. Remember Lot's wife. All right, why did the Lord tell us that, man? Because if we go back into history, as the scriptures tell us, everything written aforetime is written for our learning. All right, if we go back into history, all right, in the scriptures, we see a place, a prominent region, all right, during the time of Abraham, all right, called what, Sodom, Gomorrah, all right, and the neighboring cities. All right, now Sodom and Gomorrah was destined for destruction. All right, their judgment had been called, and it was and the Lord sent angels down to see if the cry that was heard in Sodom was real. So their end was what's the word, man? Uh, uh, Inevitable. All right, their destruction was inevitable. Okay. Now during the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, Lot's wife, who was told, just like Lot was instructed by the angels, to leave, all right, and to not look back. She looked back, all right, and it wasn't because she forgot something. She didn't look back because, oh my gosh, we forgot to turn off the stove, or oh my gosh, I forgot to take the cat with us. No, because everyone who was destined to get delivered at that time was delivered. Because you got to remember, when you read that story, I believe it's in Genesis 19, if I'm not mistaken. Let me pull up on my phone just to confirm the placement of what the story is. Yep, Genesis 19. All right. When you go into Genesis 19, you see that when Lot was warned that destruction was imminent, all right, he also went out and tried to warn his friends, his family, his loved ones. Okay, and they did what? They laughed at him. They didn't. They didn't take heed. So the angel told them. All right, the angel told them to uh to escape, man. Okay. All right. The angel told them to escape. Here it is in let me just get it real quick. All right, just to confirm it. All right, Genesis 19, and go straight to the point in verse 14. Genesis 19 and 14, it says, "And Lot went out and spake unto his sons-in-law, which married his daughters, and said, Up, get you out of this place, for the Lord Yahweh will destroy the city. But he seemed as one that mocked unto his sons-in-law. And when the morning arose, the angels hastened Lot, saying, Arise, take thy wife and thy two daughters, which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city." All right. Okay. So the angel told him straight up, look, all right, you gave fair warning. They didn't take heed, so leave. You, your wife, and your children, just get up and go, right? And jumping down, let's look at the angel's instruction. What is it? To not look back. Where is it? There, let me see. I forget where it's at, but nonetheless, man. Let me see. Nonetheless, she looked back, man. All right, as you see in verse where is it? Verse 26. But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. All right. But let me see something. Let me just confirm this real quick. Okay, yeah, there you go, right there. I knew there was a point where the angels actually instructed him. So the instruction was in verse 17. All right, it says, "And it came to pass when they had brought them forth abroad, that he said, Escape for thy life, look not behind thee, neither say thou in all the plain, uh, escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed. Neither stay thou, all right, neither stay thou in all the plain, escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed." So here it is. Lot gave warning to his loved ones. They did not hear. All right, and the angel told him to get up and leave and not to look back. But when we read further down, we see that what Lot's wife looked back, right? So again, there's a reason why the scripture is telling us to remember Lot's wife. So going back to the point that I was making, she didn't look back because she She forgot her cat or left the stove on or was like, oh my gosh, my loved ones. No, man, because Allah had given them the warning. They didn't take heed. All right, and the angels told them to leave. So, what was the reason why she looked back, man? All right, she looked back because her heart was still attached to that world, to Sodom and Gomorrah. All right, whether it was because of the accolades, all right, whether it be because of the riches they had, all right, the money, the status, the comfort, the possessions, whatever it may be, that's what her heart was attached to, man. All right, that's where her heart was. So when it was time for the destruction of it, she looked back. So that's why remembering the account that happened on Lot's wife is very important to us. The Lord is letting us know in these 3 words not to be attached. All right, because being attached to this world could cause you uh uh what's the word I want, man? Imminent death. There it goes. The water Yabashimel shot could lead to imminent death, man. Because why? When the time of the MOTB comes, all right, if you're attached to this place, you're gonna be willing to compromise and take the chip, all right, in order to keep the comforts. What the Lord tells us not. All right. When you read Matthew 6:24, all right, it says, "Then said Yahushua to his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me." All right, so here it is. We want to say that we're believers of the Lord. Well, we have to understand that it's going to get to a point in time where we're going to have to deny ourselves. And denying ourselves don't just start when the chip comes. No, we have to constantly deny ourselves, man. Constantly deny our pleasures and our desires, all right, in order to be closer to the Lord, man, and take up our cross, man. Because some of these desires and pleasures that we put forth, we put away from us, all right, in order to serve and follow after the ways of the Anointed One, Yahweh Shai, all right. It brings us. Sometimes it may bring discomfort. Sometimes it may bring pressured situations, so to say. But that's part of us taking our cross and following Him. We have to deny ourselves, man. Okay. And that's what Lot's wife didn't do. She didn't deny herself, man. All right, verse 25, it says, "For whosoever shall save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall save it. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?" All right. "For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works," man. All right. So we have to deny ourselves, man. Deny ourselves the pleasures of this world. All right. And follow after the Lord. Follow after the Messiah, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Because in doing so, when Yahweh Shai returns, though we suffered for a little season, putting aside what pleased the flesh, all right, to serve the Lord, when He comes, He's going to give us a magnificent reward, salvation, man. While the other ones who were in the Lot's wife spirit, who couldn't deny themselves, who wanted to save their lives, all right, ended up losing their soul, and they also received the reward from Yahweh Shah when He came. But their reward was what? Fire, man. Okay? All right? So we have to remember, man, that following after Yahweh Shai is denying ourselves, and taking up our cross is accepting loss in this life, man. All right? Loss, whether you lose your girl, whether you lose your job, whether you lose your car, your house, all right? That's taking up your cross, man. Accepting it. Okay, whatever, man. The Lord don't want me to have that shit. So fucking be whoop-de-doo. Okay? Because the world tells you to save your life, man. The world tells us to save our life. Okay, but Yahweh Shai tells us to lose our life in this world for righteousness, man. So that's why we always have to keep that in mind, man. Okay? That money, that comfort, that status, that those possessions. All right, none of that matters if you lose your soul, man. None of that matters if you get judged in that in that damnation that's coming, man. Okay, so why be attached to these shits? Why be attached to trying to build a career here? Well, shoot, the scriptures tell us that we not supposed to have any continuing cities, man. Let's get that real quick, man. All right. So first Corinthians, first Corinthians, Salakia. No, Salakia. Dang, where is that again? Hold on. It's Hebrews 13. All right. Hebrews 13 and 14. Okay. Hebrews 13 and 14 tells us what? Here now, Salaki, here have we no continuing city, but we seek one to come. All right. So all those, again, going back to the point, all those comforts and possessions that we may possess right now, we gotta be in a mindset of losing them, man. We can't be attached to it. We can't be attached to your family, your wife, your mother, your father, your PlayStation, your Xbox, your Jordan collection. You can't be attached to none of that shit, man. Okay? Can't be attached to your business that you built, your career that you built or whatnot, or you grew. You can't be attached to none of that, man. All right, that house that you built it, you laid the foundation, the concrete guys that you laid down the foundation with a cornerstone, so you was able to pour down the first little, uh, uh, few cubic feet of cement, for the slab border, and you felt accomplished, you felt confident, you was able to put, a coin or whatever you put, you was able to put some shit in the concrete to seal it to make it look like it's your house, whatever the shit these niggas do nowadays. And now this house is tied to me. No, man, you can't be attached to none of that, man. Because real soon, all that shit is gonna go bye-bye, man. All that shit is gonna be up in flames. And if you attach to it, guess what? You gonna have to go up in flames, man. All right. Second Ezra 16, and I'm gonna start at verse 40. It says, "Oh my people, hear my word. Who are the people of the Lord? Israel." So this message is to the Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, West Indies, Haitians. All right, and the speckled birds, man. Okay. It says, "Oh my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle, and in those evils, even be as pilgrims upon the earth." And that's why we can't be attached to nothing, man. Because we're commanded to be as pilgrims upon the earth, man. Okay? And a pilgrim is one that's always moving. So how can you be on the fly? How can you be on the move, all right, lugging around a house or a car, you know what I'm saying, or a career all the goddamn day? No. That shit's gonna cause you to be tied down. And a lot of our people, that's what's gonna cause a lot of our people to take the chip. Me being the fact that they're gonna be excommunicated out of society's activities, all right, and always be on the move, like in a sense, like a homeless person. They're not gonna want that, man, because that's an uncomfortable life. That's how they're gonna look at it, man. All right, well, here at Great Millstone, started with the apostles on down, the men of the Lord, the true believers, we've learned to be comfortable in our uncomfortability, man. All right, we've learned to adapt to it. Scriptures tell us we gotta know how to be a base, and we gotta know how to be a bound. All right, we've adapted to it. We know how to carry our cross, man. We understand that this is not the end all be all. So if the Lord takes everything from us, naked have I come, naked shall I return. Oh well, man. All right, we are not to worry about it, man. But the world don't see it like that. Okay, so it says, "Hear my word, make you ready to the battle, and in those days be as pilgrims upon the earth. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. All right. Let me see if I can get that in a different translation real quick. Second Ezra 16:40. What am I doing? Bear with me. Alright, Second Ezra 16:40. I'm gonna read it in the GNT on my phone, okay? It says, where am I? Boom. It says, listen to my message, my people, and get you ready for the battle. When the disasters come, you must live as people whose home is not in this world. Merchants must not expect to make a profit from what they sell. They must be ready to run for their lives. Their customers must expect to lose whatever they buy. Whoever builds a house should not plan to live in it. Farmers should not expect to harvest their crops or pick their grapes. For it says, those who marry must not expect to have children, and those who don't marry must live as if they had been widows. All right, or widowed. Anything that is done will be useless, man. So all that, I got a business, I gotta stock up my stockpile and my what's that shit called, man? Inventory. Those days are over with, man. Prices are going fucking up, man. All right. You used to love buying. You used to love spending. All right. All the shit that you got, one day you might lose it, or shit, the money that you got right now to spend, you may not have the luxury to spend no more, man. All right, you building a house, you gotta have that mindset that I may not be home when all hell breaks loose to live in this house. I may be somewhere else, and you have to be prepared mentally, okay, to be willing to put all that shit behind, man. All right, for the greater purpose of serving the Lord in hopes to being delivered, man. Okay. Because the things that are of this world, as it tells us in 2 Corinthians 4:18, while we look not at the things which are seen, but the things which are not seen, for the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are seen are eternal. All right, the things that we see are temporal, man. And as the scriptures say, the fashions of this world passeth away, man. All right. So, Lord's word says it was edifying. I want to give again all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rechahudash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the bishops, a great millstone. Salutations to all Akim out there pushing his truth and all truth and sincerity diligently throughout the four corners. Shalom.